This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, not medical advice. Hello, welcome to Rebranding Menopause podcast. I'm so excited to be in the studio with Sandra and Jessica today, content creators, influencers, and now I think we're going to be good friends. That's what I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, of course.
This was definitely a moment.
Yes, it was.
We connected for sure.
We did.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it was the Italian connection or the menopause connection
All
or
of
the
it.
girly connection.
All of it.
All the above.
Yeah. So I'm excited to have them on once again. And just a quick recap, the way that I actually started to talk to Sandra was I saw one of her stories and she was mentioning, hey guys, what sucks worse, perimenopause or menopause? She's like, I just need to know because perimenopause sucks and I don't know what's in store for me. So at that moment, I quickly DM'd her and I said, you have to come on this podcast. I thought it was so funny, but then I felt bad for actually saying that to her because she was a little bit in distress at the moment, right?
Yeah, no, I'm going through the things,
Yeah.
definitely for sure. No, but I was glad you reached out because I feel like this is a perfect topic, have a huge audience for it, and there's no better person than me going through it right now. Perimenopause sucks. I'm just going to say it. And I hope there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they say perimenopause is chaos and menopause is the new normal. So which one sucks more? Who knows?
Yeah.
But I do think that menopause, it does get a little bit better. I don't know if you're used to it more or you just find different ways to cope with what you're dealing with in a much better platform. I know when I first went through perimenopause, I was literally the woman from the Exorcist, like
Same.
several times a month. Like when the FDA took the black box warning off of HRT November 10th, it was really a monumental moment. But I remember the director saying, this will save marriages. And I was like,
wow,
you are damn straight.
That's right.
Because I was not Ingrid anymore. I was batshit. I don't know who this person was, but I could stab you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could stab you.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's real.
It's crazy. And then to know that my wanting to stab my husband was not so crazy.
But isn't like the divorce rate high during like
Yes.
women in menopause?
I just had a divorce attorney call me and say that he wants
Yes.
to come on to discuss what
believe
happened.
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
sad.
believe it.
It is
That is
sad.
so sad because
It's preventable.
Yeah, it's preventable.
Right?
That's sad.
And that women, and the saddest part is if you think about now, we're blessed because we're going to know better, right? We're going to teach our children better. We're going to teach our sons and daughters. Sons as well.
Yep.
Because your family
yeah.
needs to know what you're going through because you don't want them to think my mom just fell off the deep end and now she's crazy.
That's right.
We need to come with a warning label.
Yes, we do need to come with a warning label. But I think that there's so many things, actually so many symptoms that women aren't aware of that are symptoms of perimenopause. So it's really not just the hot flashes as people think. It's UTIs, it is brain fog, it is weight gain. It's so many different things that you don't realize. Like I had a girlfriend tell me, I'm not in perimenopause yet. As she's screaming at me from Roosevelt Field, where the F is my car? I forgot where my car is. I know
this is
like
me.
everything.
It's true.
I'm like, okay, you're not in perimenopause. You don't, yeah. And she didn't sleep that night.
and she didn't sleep that night.
Yeah, lack of sleep.
What was your first symptom?
So
Like when did you put two and two together?
it had to have been heavy menstrual. I always had a heavy flow. My whole adult life, I had a heavy flow. I was traveling to California for a conference, and I had to do like a breakout session, teach makeup artist tips and stuff. And I was on my mense, and I went to the restroom. I did my thing. I changed. It was very light. I was like, oh, it's over. Well, I was literally maybe 30 minutes into this conference, down my leg, in my boot.
Oh my
I
God.
had to run. This is a true story.
Yeah.
I had to run out right in the middle of my presentation. This was humiliating too. Like, this really happens. Yeah, it was like a blood scene, like a murder scene. And I was like, oh my God. I ran to the bathroom. My girlfriend followed me. She was like right behind me. She's like, oh my God, I can't. I'm like, I'm doing contour and I just felt this gush. And I was like, this is not normal. No. It was like, you know, a clot and whatever. And I was like, that was it. That was like, I think it was 4.5 years ago. Exactly. That was a big red like sign for me.
That's scary. That is so scary.
I felt so bad for her when she called me from there.
I did. It was a big moment for me too. It was a big conference, and I'm like, Jessica, I was crying. I was in tears. Down my leg. I'm like, did anybody see that? A few people did. They were like, oh, you know, girls come together in the best way too, you know, and they were like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, but right through my, you know, my tampon. Oh, God. I was just like, this is crazy.
Yeah. I remember when I was at the end, because it usually happens when you're at the end of perimenopause and you're going into menopause. And obviously we all know that menopause is the first day that you don't have a period for 12 months. I would put a tampon in and it would be like water coming out. That wouldn't even... A tampon was not even a thing.
No.
Once you start to get that heavy bleeding. And it is so scary because, you know, we all, as young girls, you know, we read the book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And then once you go through pregnancy, every day it's like, oh my God, what is my fetus doing today, tomorrow, the next day? And then you get to menopause and it's like, go screw yourself. Yeah. Bye-bye, honey. When we should really have, Are You There, God? It's Me, menopause. Like, we need to have a guidebook.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And it can't just be taught when you're 40 or 50. You need to know, like all you little girls out there at Starbucks having your latte at 30, get your shit together and know what's happening to your body.
Because from there, with the heavy menses, came the thinning of the hair, the iron being very low, the low energy, the lack thereof, of all the things, because we can only handle so much. So for somebody like me who's always had a pretty heavy flow, this is times 3 of a flow. This is not normal. And I mean, not everybody goes through this, but from what I'm hearing,
yes, it is.
This is common. This is happening.
Yeah, it did. Not as bad, but it did happen to me. My biggest thing was the night sweats. That was my first sign. Like, what is happening? Like, I would wake up in the middle of the night every night and just change all of my clothes. Like, even my sheets at one point. Like, that's how I would be soaked in the middle of the night.
That happened to me too, but I was such a weirdo in the beginning of perimenopause. I would get out of bed quickly so my husband wouldn't see that I was sweating. And
that's so crazy.
I was like, I don't want him to think the word perimenopause, the word menopause. I would get up, quickly go to the bathroom and come into bed like, hi.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with me? Why did I do that?
Michael and I were just having a conversation about that not too long ago, because he sent me something like a funny reel about, I don't know if you saw this one, the guy holding the fan on the woman in bed when she was sweating. And this is what I do for my wife during menopause. And he's holding a fan up on her. And he sends it to me and I'm like, you know, I went through that, right? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, I had no idea. I was like, I know. What? I kept it from you. He's like, you used to sweat like that in the middle of the night?
Oh,
I'm like, God. Every night.
This is
every
why
night.
We're connected.
Yes, totally. And he was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we do that? It's a prideful thing. It's like, to me, once I hear the word perimenopause or menopause, I get the ick. I don't like that word. It makes me feel old. I don't like the word. And that's why I named this podcast Rebranding Menopause Podcast, because it does need a rebrand.
Yeah.
Because once you get through the crap, you're gonna feel so amazing. Like, this.
How long is the crap though? That's where I'm just
I
like,
keep asking that question.
This is going on like 5 solid years now.
Wait, did you just say mommy?
My mom. I keep
You just said mommy.
I did.
Yeah.
That's what I say to my brothers, mommy and daddy. The other day, my daughter looks at me and my brother. My brother's 47, 48, and he said mommy and daddy, and my daughter was like, what did you just say?
Well, when I talk to Sandra, about mom, I say mommy. But when I speak to mom, it's mom. Ma or mom. But when I'm speaking to my sister, mommy.
Yeah.
Mommy.
The same thing. I say to my mother, mom or mom. Yeah. But with my brothers, it's mommy and daddy.
That's right.
It's the Italian thing. I don't know.
For sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's talk about the biggest myths about hormones. what do you think one of the biggest myths is that people think, right? Still to this day.
That's a good question. Myth?
Yeah, like something, the biggest myth for me is that something your body naturally makes, putting it back into your body is going to kill you. Like, even some of the women that I know that are so smart and so educated, they still have the mindset where hormone therapy is not good.
Oh, this is true. This is okay. So yeah, I guess you would say that's one of the biggest myths. Hormones not being causes cancer, or well, we were just talking about this, weight gain. You know, you're depleting one thing, putting it back in. How does a body handle that? What's the right amount? What's the wrong amount? You know, like for me, I think I prematurely tried HRT, the pellets. And my first time ever doing it, I'm not kidding, I was starving all day. I felt like a 13-year-old boy. I had
testosterone.
This was a lot of energy. Yes, libido, great. Everything was rocking, but I was eating all day long, and that's not like me. I'm not somebody to eat all day long. Never full. And I was like, this must be the testosterone. It didn't adjust well with me, so I did not follow through. I did not go back. I let it like ride out, do its thing. But now, at a different stage now, a little bit longer in the perimenopause, I'm thinking maybe done right, I might need it. I might, because there's things that I felt great about, like everything was great. Just the hunger part for me, you know? And I don't know, I think, do you need to do the GLP-1 with hormones? Can you do it without? That's a big question because of the weight gain. That's like the biggest.
That is the biggest
scare.
That is the biggest thing. And so for me, what I did was I started really slowly. I started with the estradiol patch at 0.25 and 100 milligrams of progesterone. And then I started with the vaginal estradiol cream. Okay. And then I went on the GLP-1, a very, very low dose. So microdosing the GLP-1. And it was a game changer. Everything, and I did it slowly. I did one thing at a time. Like I did the progesterone and the estrogen patch at once. Then I went to the cream, and then I wound up trying testosterone cream.
Okay.
Because the pellets, once that pellet goes into you, if it's too much or it's not the right dose, it's inside you for a month.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with pellets personally because of that fact alone.
Right.
I feel like your body needs to get used to something, and to have it inside your body. Let's say this, if I did try testosterone now and it worked for me at that dose, I would try a pellet, but not right off the bat, because you're not giving it a fair chance.
Right.
You know?
So let me ask you, what determines what you need, like for your levels of hormones? So you go into your doctor, you get your labs done. You find a doctor that's willing to talk to you about hormones. That's first and foremost, because usually when you have your period still, a lot of doctors are brushing you off saying, it's not really going to change much, or your blood work's not going to be accurate because your hormones change every day. This is what I hear all the time. Yeah. So how do you make this decision? Like with how much testosterone or progesterone?
Well, I obviously I'm not a doctor. I can just tell you what I've experienced myself. The first thing that I would do is I would go to the doctor to get my blood work done about the 21st or the 20th day in between your cycle, right? Because that seems to be a great day, time period in your cycle for markers. Because let's face it, a lot of times people come back with excellent numbers in their progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, but they still have the symptoms, okay? Therefore, a lot of doctors do not use blood work anymore to prescribe hormone replacement therapy. They strictly go on your symptoms. So remember that. If you have the symptoms, it doesn't matter, because your hormones fluctuate so much in menopause and perimenopause that one day when you get your labs done, it could be perfect. And then the next day you could be zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and that's why you
it.
feel the mood swing up and down, because it's a dramatic slide in your estrogen levels,
100%.
your progesterone levels, your testosterone levels, right?
Yeah.
So that's something to be aware of. And then the other thing is that if you have a doctor that isn't menopause certified, do not use them for hormone replacement therapy. You can use your gynecologist for your well visit, for your pap smear, for your your breast exams, that kind of thing. But also know that when you go to a gynecologist that mainly deals in delivering babies, most likely they're not going to, I can't say that. You know what I'm getting at.
Yes, I do. That's a very valid point.
I prefer a doctor that is strictly working with women in perimenopause and menopause.
Yeah.
I feel like they just know more. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yep.
Right?
Totally.
And also, one thing a lot of women don't know, and listen to this, when you do make your appointment for your gynecologist, a lot of people feel dismissed and rushed when they're in their yearly exam. And the reason why they feel this way is because your yearly exam is not the time or the place to discuss your perimenopause and your menopause. It's a completely separate visit for the most part where you're going to feel heard. You're going to feel like the reason for my visit is just this. Because there's a lot of things going on with us, right? So we want to make sure that we address all these things properly and we don't feel like I just left there and I feel like I got nothing answered and nothing's changing,
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I feel is a big myth. Women don't know when to make the appointment.
Right. If they should just rely on labs.
Exactly.
Or not.
And also, some of my friends make me laugh. They've been on birth control their whole friggin' lives, but they're not going to go on HRT.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's the thing.
Honey, you've been on hormone replacement therapy for 10 years, and now you're not going to.
That makes sense.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
I don't think they're connecting the two.
Not.
That's crazy.
They're not connecting the two.
Yeah.
And, think about this. If you're 35, 40 years old and you're not using, this is just my opinion, guys, and you can wipe your ass with it. Your vaginal estrogen, you have to be preventative. You can't just use it inside in your vulva. You need to use it on the lips of your vagina because it's like skincare for your vagina. You're having rough sex, you're having sandpaper sex. Guess what? Because you're putting it inside, you're not thickening the lining of first point of entry. I don't know. What do you want to call it? Like, think about it, right?
Yeah, that's amazing to me how you just said that to me just now because that's not how I use it. And now I'm going to run home tonight and I'm going to use it that way.
That's not how I used it either. And I was like,
crazy.
This isn't really doing anything. Why do I need to keep doing this? But then when I started using it a different way.
Oh my God.
And make sure, I'm going to just, Jay.
That's amazing.
Can you zoom in on the vaginal estrogen? I'm going to show you what I do. So this is what I do. I go like this. See? And I go from the front to the back. And then I go, there you go. And then sometimes I'll use the pellets, because it's really hard to get, I don't know, it's just weird. Sometimes it gets messy. Mm-hmm. So sometimes the pellets, I'll do it every other night.
Okay.
So I'll use the pellet one night to go up further. And then the other night, the opposite night, I'll use the cream. And Jay's going to be so nice to get me a tissue. And then I also use it on my face and neck.
Do you really?
Oh, hell yeah. Because you know
why?
why?
What is happening right now?
If this thickens the skin on your vagina, what do you think it does to your face?
I've actually heard this before.
I've never heard this before.
I have heard this before.
I'm telling you. Look it up.
Do a patch test first.
Yeah. Look it up.
I've heard this before.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But, some things to think about.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So, do you guys know the difference between systemic and local estrogen?
So I'm assuming the local doesn't go into your bloodstream.
Exactly.
Right?
Right. So the systemic estrogen is a patch like this. So basically, you just open it up and you peel it off, and then you can put it on your lower abdomen. And with me, I use mine is 0.75, so I just peel this off. I put it on my lower abdomen, and I change it on Sundays and Wednesdays, so I always remember. If I don't pick a day, I found that if I didn't pick a day, I didn't do it. I'd be like, oh my God, it's been a week. And then I really felt the decline I felt the decline when it went too quick.
Wow. And which one's this? Now, quick question. Is this, obviously this is a prescription.
Yes, it is.
Is this covered by the insurance or is this out of pocket?
Of course, it's covered, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yep, it's covered under insurance. And then it depends if you have a uterus or not, whether you're going to do both progesterone and estrogen, right? So the progesterone, I take one capsule, 100 milligrams every night. And anybody who's having trouble sleeping, this is like melatonin on crack.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Without the drowsy feeling in the AM.
Oh my God, none of
Because
that.
I'm waking up at 3 a.m. every morning still.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sleep is rough.
Bright-eyed, like
Speak to
thinking
your
it's 7:30
doctor.
in the morning.
Speak to your doctor about this.
I am.
Because this is a game changer. It really is life changing. And then, like I said, I did try the testosterone, but I felt like my hair was falling out. My
See,
hair
and
fell
that's
out
another
so
thing.
much. You know, between the GLP-1, the testosterone, how many things? It's like the
No.
Wild West.
You know,
How
and
many
they
things am I
say,
gonna be
and
on?
they did a study about the GLP-1 that it's not just nutrition related. It's actually something in the medication that stops the DH. What is it? The DHC or DH, whatever it is for the hair growth. That prevents that follicle from being strong in your hair. It's not just the nutrition, because I know plenty gals who are on GLP-1 that eat great, healthy, healthy.
And they're still losing their hair.
And their hair is not quite the same.
It's
I
not
wouldn't
quite the
say
same.
maybe some are losing, yes, but thinner, a little bit more dry. So, something to look into, because I definitely read something about the GLP with having that in the medication. It's not just nutrition related.
Well, I have to say also, because of social media, I really have focused on my scalp health.
Yeah.
And I never realized that because I put so much crap in my hair, because my hair goes gray like that, and I have very dark hair. So I use the sponge, the little thing that I showed you guys before, this little Boldify sponge. And what was happening is my hair follicles were getting clogged. Like my scalp was getting clogged because I wash my hair every day.
Clarifying or purifying shampoo you need to
Exactly.
do once a week at least.
And then I had to use, I use rosemary, fresh rosemary. I cook it on the stove and I let it simmer, and then I put it in the refrigerator. So that really has been helping me. And then really scrubbing your scalp and cleaning out those pores. So I'm really trying to focus on trying to be naturally aware of my hair.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
feel like-
really hurts my
Oh,
feelings.
I have
that
dry
my hair
scalp
it
now.
hurts
I was
me.
just about to say it. This is probably one of the hardest things I feel during our changes is how our hair changes. Some people, like Jessica, my sister, she's gorgeous hair. Gorgeous,
Thank
like no
you.
issue.
Thank
But
you.
I used to have
bitch.
really beautiful
I do have dry scalp though.
I used to have beautiful hair, and now I'm just like, I feel it. And I hate to say it, but it's like, do I have that old lady hair? And it does, that's like
how you feel.
And it's traumatizing, because I watched my hair go down the drains last summer, like a lot, all at once in a span of, because I got sick. So really quick back history. I got sick in Florida. I was visiting my father. I had fevers for 5 days. They said I had bronchitis. I did not do a COVID test, so I don't know if it was COVID. When I got home 2 months later, I was taking a shower, and I'm not kidding, not a chunky, a diffused hair loss is what I call it. I would put my hair like that and just drain the shampoo.
No.
It was like 300 plus strands, but not clumps, strands, but did not stop for 3-4
Yeah, she was
months.
going through it for a long time.
I have pictures of my hair before, I have after.
need to see.
Everything that I went through. And I went to the derm, I went to the doctor, I did more labs. Here's some things that came up. So if you're going through this, maybe something to check. One, they labeled it as telogen effluvium, which is a thing.
I never heard of that.
It is, we shed about 100 strands of hair normally. Everyone a day normally.
Wow.
When you're in the telogen phase, it's 300 plus, okay? And it's reversible, like it does grow back after the telogen phase stops. And that is what I went through, because my body went through a shock from being sick. right?
And that's directly from being sick?
From being sick, they said that's what it was. But my Epstein-Barr virus showed up in my labs very high. That my doctor was like, this number is really high. Epstein-Barr virus.
Epstein-Barr.
It stays dormant for a lot of people. If you had mono, you have it. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I can't go into like the specifics of it, but usually a lot of people have it. Sometimes they never know because it doesn't give them symptoms. This came up and everything was like a triple effect all at once from being sick. My iron, my thyroid I never was on thyroid medicine. I never had a thyroid issue. My thyroid was completely off, so I had to go on thyroid medicine. I had to do iron infusions. My hair finally stopped shedding, but it's not been the same since.
Right.
But it's growing. But this is all the things that I went through last summer. I watched it just go down the drain. I was like crying.
It's so devastating.
It's traumatizing. It is. It's like
I
don't know anything that's worse.
So bad.
Honestly, I hate to say it. Like I could do.
I
with
would
a few
say maybe
pounds.
losing my front tooth.
Yeah. I mean, oh
Honestly.
God.
Hair is to lose.
Hair
I could just
is
imagine
just
what you're
awful.
going through.
It's sad.
If I tell you how many toppers and hair extensions and the stuff that I have at my house, and the worst part was I went with my mother to a wig store, and I walked in and I put a few wigs on because I was like, you know what? Why do you see all these like celebrities? They go out, they have a short blonde bob one day, and then they have long hair
So
down
cute.
their ass, and it looks amazing.
Real.
And so when I put my wig on, she said, "Oh, she's like, yeah, you really do have hair loss." And I was like, "What?" Like I wasn't expecting her to validate me. And I got even more upset when I left because the wig that I wanted was like $4,000, but it was so beautiful. And I just can see myself in the future living in a robe, walking the streets, like what was his name? The mobster guy. Whatever his name was, but there was a mobster guy that used to just walk the streets in his robe. That's going to be me with my wig on. I don't want to do my hair anymore. I don't want to get dressed. I just want to be in my robe and have
I
a
feel like
comfortable
it's the
life.
location though, like where we are. Like I feel like New York is a bit tough to accepting and making things like wigs the norm. Do you know what I mean? But if you go down south, or like if you're in California or Hollywood, it's okay. Like it's okay. I know so many girls that live down south that wear wigs on a regular, have gorgeous hair, but they still wear it to change it up, and it's like a norm. Here in New York, I feel like maybe not.
Can we make it a norm?
It's
Not
like we're
you.
a little
She's not in the
tough.
club.
Well-
She's not in the wig club.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like we have this. I don't know if maybe we were open to it, talking about it more,
Yes.
showing people
I
more.
think-
Like, look, I'm wearing a wig and
Yes.
my hair's not this beautiful or whatever. I feel like maybe women would be more comfortable.
Why
to
is a
wear it.
wig a taboo subject?
Yeah.
Some of
We
them
need
look
Dolly
amazing.
Parton
I
on
was,
here.
believe me, how was I was this
Some of them
close
look
of getting
so
a wig,
real
right,
and
Jess?
amazing.
I was like, I'm going to need a wig
Can
because
we go wig shopping together?
I'm down. Are you kidding? I'd be a
go.
blonde. I'd do the blondes.
I tried
would
the
do
blonde,
the
but I
bob.
looked like a man.
I do
trying
the
to look
Julia
like a man.
Roberts big red curls.
Ooh, I love
I would
that.
play it up.
I love
Well,
that.
you look good in a lot of different styles because when you were playing around with it, you were
For
like,
Halloween, I
Yeah.
wear wigs all the
It was
time. I
fun.
love it though.
It's
I'm like,
fun.
I love.
I like the pink hair vibe. I did the pink hair vibe thing.
I
love it.
too. It's so much fun. But the toppers are also interesting.
Yeah, toppers.
So Marge from the Housewives came on, and her hair looked fabulous.
Yeah.
And I said, "Your hair looks so pretty." She's like, "It's a topper." She's like,
Wow.
"It's just I always wear
That's what
fake
I mean.
hair."
Some of them look so
Always.
real.
Yeah, they look real.
She's
You
like,
can't
I didn't
tell.
do my hair this morning, and I'm like, my hair stresses my life out. If I could, I've already
Me too.
eliminated the weight and the hormones. That's the only thing left.
The
That's
hair.
What's the difference between a topper and a wig?
So it's like part. So
Okay.
there's different ones you can do just for the if you have like a receding or your hairline is thinning. They have ones for just here, or they have ones that actually sit, or even
Okay.
like the halo too is really nice. Like the string with just more depth
Yeah.
you could do, or the clip-ins or the
So
regular extensions.
I just got these clip-ins. I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my hair down. Why not? But I just got these clip-ins. They're real human hair from TikTok. It's just like, can you see them?
No, I can't see them.
This
They
is
look
not-
real.
This is
Your hair
fake
looks
right now?
Well, yeah. Well, this is just all I did was put this little one in, and it made such a difference.
Stop.
Yeah.
That it's so thin,
Yep.
but see my hair without it.
Yeah.
You know, it just looks. But this is so thin. A lot of the hair extensions that you get,
That's
they're
what you
very
need.
thick.
You need the thin. Yeah, that's nice.
And it's real hair, and it's on TikTok Shop.
I would have never known you had clip-ins.
Well, I have a
in your
problem
hair.
with TikTok Shop because at 3 a.m, I think I'm like a 25-year-old stripper, and the stuff that I buy,
I don't understand.
gold
it.
We'll go
lame
through it.
dresses.
I'm like I'm definitely a 3 a.m. shopper.
I
for
have
sure.
so much shit with tags on it. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just scrolling and shopping. TikTok, it gets you. It gets you. And I don't wear any of it.
Me neither. I'm like, I need that. I have to have it tonight.
I'm an Amazon shopper.
I love
I'm
Amazon
both.
too.
I'm
Bad.
both. Yeah.
I just need quick, easy,
Every
fast.
day I'm getting packages. Every single day.
If I don't get a package from Amazon on a daily basis, I get upset.
Who were we?
It's like-
Something's wrong.
It's like I
like
look
to
forward
spread
to
out
it.
my packages.
Who were we before all of this? I would love to know. How did we do it? What did we do?
We went to
Well, you know
stores
what?
shopping.
Not only do I do that now, but now I do Costco online shopping. Life changing.
Instacart? The Costco
I do
Instacart. I know.
Instacart too.
I know.
The Costco Instacart. Who wants to lug all that crap up to your, in your car? And it's just
It's
amazing.
worth it, right?
It
It's
is
worth the
so
extra cost.
worth it.
I think.
And I think it saves me money.
You do?
Yes.
I know. You know what? I was just talking to my husband about this the other night. I said, Instacart is like, I don't know, maybe 300, right? In the store, we're not leaving there without anything less of 500 is the bill. So I'm like, I think we're doing better doing the Instacart. And he's like, no, you're getting less. You're just getting less. You're just getting less
Michael
for
would
more.
have to agree with Brian on that.
Well, my viral TikTok has 15 million hits on it from Costco. Go figure, with all the shit that I post, my Costco.
What was it
reel.
about? Just
I play a game when I go to Costco. I go up to the register, and whoever's with me, my kids, I'll say, okay, what is your number? And one person said $6.50. I said $5.95. And I said to the guy who was at the register, I said, just hold on 1 second. I'm going to get my camera out and, So he hits total, and it was like $9.95. And he goes, ooh-fa. That's it. That's what got 15 million. That's it. That's as simple as it
can't.
gets.
I'm done.
That's it.
Oofa.
But-
Maybe I should add that into my reels. Oofa.
But the people were so mean.
Oh, forget it.
Yeah.
The comments?
Yes.
Oh, welcome to my world. We got comments.
That's what I
you
spend
can't-
on my rent. Who spends that money?
Oh, God.
like
You don't
so
even know
not-
what I
like,
bought. You didn't
People
even
just
ask me. I
don't
could have
have
bought
no
a Bose
problem.
system.
No problem at
Right?
all.
Why
Yeah, I know.
comment? Just swipe.
Yeah.
Why do you have to comment?
Why do you have to be so
I mean,
fresh
listen,
and
every
neat?
comment is a good
So many
comment because we want
haters.
it, especially if there's a point behind your reel. But like something like this,
Yeah.
it's just not necessary. I totally get it. But there's tons of trolls on the internet behind the keyboard. I call them the keyboard killers. They have bravado behind the keyboard, but to your face, maybe not so much.
Exactly. Well, I just have one other thing that I want to make sure that I get this point across, because we did talk about this offline when we were off camera. So as you guys know about the FDA removing the black box labels from hormone replacement therapy, November 10th, Dr. Marty McCary called the fear mongering that went along with HRT. He basically said that it was just so unfortunate for the women, our mothers and our grandmothers that didn't get this therapy because they were basically lied to with lack of research, right? Let's call a spade. But one thing that he said that actually, even though I love that he said this, it actually made me mad, because how could women have been so deprived for so long? This is exactly what he said. With the exception of vaccines or antibiotics, there is no medication, and he used the word medication, that can improve the health of women universally than estrogen.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's wild.
That
that
is
crazy?
crazy.
Because my mother thinks that it causes cancer. Your mother thinks that it causes cancer. When it reduces the risk of stroke, heart attack, breast cancer, and so much more. It reduces the risk. Not that it cures it. And it also, get this, reduces the risk of dementia. Because 2 out of 3 women will get dementia.
Wow.
Okay? So estrogen keeps your brain healthy. Okay? So why wouldn't you?
Right.
you know, estrogen and progesterone, I just say it's almost like keeping everything preserved inside your body. Estrogen is in every single organ. So if you have none, what do you think happens to your organs?
Right.
If you just think about it so logically.
Yeah.
Instead
Like
of
with everything,
makes sense when you
as
put it
we
that
get
way.
older, so much just gets away from us. Like, you know, we deplete, like, for instance, like collagen, same thing.
Yeah.
So why not? I'm all for it, 100%.
Well, I just have to say, as we end this, I am so thrilled to have you guys here because you guys represent a younger demographic than what I have on here. And it's so refreshing to know that you both want to share this information to help other people. We may not have all the answers. We're all going through this together. But I think sharing this, and especially the big platform that you have.
Yeah, this is a hot topic.
Yeah, is so sweet of you because other people will look at you and hear what you have to say today, and you too, and say, I feel comfort because I feel like I'm not alone in this journey.
Absolutely. People want to connect with human beings, especially on social media, which is one of the hardest things to find, and just be relatable. And that is a breath of fresh air because we're not doing this alone.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And I've learned so much from you.
we learned a
just
lot
being
here.
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I really enjoyed you guys. You guys were so much fun.
This was great.
It was fun.
Thanks for having
you.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on Rebranding Menopause podcast. Please subscribe and get notified because we will be having a live premiere watch party, and these two will be on the live chat answering fun questions.
So fun.
We'll see you soon.
Hey, New York. I'm Harvey, proud owner of Optics and veteran in the eyewear industry. Consider this. Why would someone have a closet full of shoes but only a few pair of glasses when eyewear is the only accessory that completely changes the way you look, feel, and the way you're perceived? At Optics, Cartier, Chanel, Dior, Lindbergh headline our extensive collection of luxury eyewear. Our opticians are trained to style and fit your face to ensure that when you leave Optics, your friends will be wondering where you shop.